While we are seeing the numbers of young people getting COVID-19 climbing, they usually have milder cases. But the virus can bring down even the healthiest. Senior health correspondent Monica Robins brings us a story of a 29-year-old who nearly died, but miraculously pulled through.
Throughout this pandemic, we've seen medical teams clamp out COVID survivors who are finally able to leave the hospital. It took 2 months for this Cleveland Clinic send-off to happen, and it almost never did. Ron Chaudry's COVID battle started in May.
The beginning of the week, I had a cough, cold. Midweek, I had a fever.
By the end of the week, the 29-year-old had trouble breathing and checked himself into the hospital in Ashtabula. He doesn't remember being airlifted to the clinic.
He was severely ill and only had about a 50% chance of making it.
COVID was killing him.
Pneumonia and acute respiratory distress syndrome, or ARDS. He had very difficult time keeping his oxygen. He was on a mechanical ventilator.
If that wasn't bad enough, his oxygen got so low his heart stopped.
We had to do CPR for about an hour.
Worse, Ron's family lives in Canada and couldn't be by his side because the borders closed. Ron's care involved more than 200 Cleveland Clinic caregivers, and despite their efforts, unfortunately many thought his end was near. The only person who could be with him, his best friend's mom.
Holding my hand, and she whispered in my ear and said, "Ron, if you can hear me, squeeze my hand." So I guess I squeezed her hand. That's what I squeezed her finger, and she started crying, and she was telling the doctors, look, there's a sign.
Miraculously, he turned the corner.
He spent a week in rehab and is now home, regaining strength and still fighting the after effects of COVID.
I had a new perspective on life. I was just like, okay, I got to beat this. I got to work hard and get back to where I was at, get my strength. I can't be, I'm a young guy, still got a lot of time. So there's a lot of stuff I want to do. It's like creating a bucket list.
That included going back to see the team that saved his life.
Drove all the way from Ashtabula to say hi and thank you guys. You guys are like beautiful angels,
But he hopes his story is a valuable lesson to others to take those precautions seriously.
COVID is real. There's a lot of people that just take it as a joke.
Monica Robins, 3 News.